There's a power within you greater than any circumstance, more expansive than any limitation. And today, I want you to open your heart to a beautiful, empowering truth. Parallel realities exist, and you have the ability to shift into one that aligns with your deepest desires. Yes, the life you long for already exists. It's not far away, it's not a dream, it's a frequency, and with love, awareness, and intention, you can align with it. Everything is energy, including you. This is not just a spiritual concept. It is a universal truth. Everything that exists, from the stars above to the cells in your body, is vibrating at a certain frequency. And your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and even the words you speak carry energy too. You are not separate from this energetic field. You are a living, breathing part of it. In every moment, you are interacting with the visible forces that shape your world. This is why understanding the energy you emit is so powerful. It determines the reality you experience. When you begin to grasp this truth, your life starts to change. No longer do you see yourself as a victim of circumstance, but rather as a conscious co-creator. You begin to take gentle but intentional responsibility for the energy you hold, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you treat yourself. All of it becomes sacred because you realize it creates ripples in the field around you. You become aware that what you focus on expands and that your inner world is reflected in your outer world. Energy is not static, it moves, it flows, and it responds. That's why you can walk into a room and feel the tension or sense peace in someone's presence without a word being spoken. That's energy. And it's not about being positive all the time. It's about being aware of what you're vibrating. Are you vibrating fear or trust, lack or abundance, resentment or forgiveness? The universe mirrors it all back to you, not as punishment, but as guidance. It's always responding to your dominant frequency. Your body, too, is made of energy. Your cells respond to your emotions, your thoughts, and your beliefs. When you speak kindly to yourself, when you breathe deeply, when you choose loving thoughts, you are shifting your vibration. You are not just thinking differently, you are being different. This is why healing begins within. The body listens, the mind listens, and the energy you emit becomes the signal you send out into the world. Have you ever noticed how when you're feeling joyful, things just seem to fall into place? Traffic clears up, people are kind, opportunities appear. That's not luck, that's alignment. You are in harmony with the frequency of joy, and so you naturally attract more experiences that match that state. The same happens in the opposite direction. When you're caught in fear or sadness, the world seems heavier, less cooperative. It's not the world that changed, it's your vibration. And the beautiful thing is, you have the power to shift it at any moment. Energy doesn't lie. You can say all the right words, but if your energy is rooted in doubt, that's what gets transmitted. That's why true change begins within. You don't have to fix everything outside of you. You don't have to chase anything. You only need to become aware of what you are offering energetically and then gently shift it. That's the secret, not through force, but through conscious intention. And how do you do this? By becoming still, by breathing, by listening. Your breath is energy. Your attention is energy. Wherever you place it, you are feeding it. So choose to feed the thoughts that uplift you. Choose to focus on the good. Even if it's small, even if it's just the feeling of sunlight on your skin or the sound of your own heart beating, that moment of presence, of gratitude shifts your frequency higher. And from there, your entire reality begins to shift with you. You are never powerless. Even in your lowest moments, you are vibrating. And in that vibration is the seed of transformation. You don't have to be perfect to change your life. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to begin by honoring your energy. Begin by speaking kindly to yourself. Begin by forgiving what you no longer want to carry. Each small choice is a shift. Each kind thought is a return to alignment. The universe responds not to what you want, but to what you believe and what you embody. So believe you are worthy, believe you are supported, believe that the version of life you long for is not far away. It's already here, waiting for you to align with it. And remember, you are not chasing energy, you are generating it from within, from your heart, from your truth. Everything is energy, including you. And the moment you begin to honor that, the moment you begin to live as if your energy is sacred, that's the moment everything begins to transform. Not overnight, but gradually, gracefully, in ways that feel like miracles, but are really just reflections of the power that has always lived inside you. You are the frequency. You are the light. And you are ready to shift. Your current reality is only one option. It may feel like the only truth, the only path, or the only outcome available, but it isn't. What you see around you today is simply a reflection of your past thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and choices. It is not fixed. It is not permanent. It is just one version of what could be. Life is filled with infinite possibilities, and every moment offers you a new opportunity to shift into another reality, a new timeline, a different version of yourself. The experiences you've had, the struggles you've faced, and the patterns you've lived through may have shaped your present, but they do not have to define your future. Just because something has been a certain way does not mean it must stay that way. The story can change, the page can turn. You are not trapped, you are evolving, and the world around you is far more flexible than you've been taught to believe. There are versions of you that already exist in parallel with who you are now. Versions that are healthier, more joyful, more peaceful, more fulfilled. You do not have to build those realities from scratch. You simply have to align with the version of you who already lives them. That alignment comes from within. It comes from the thoughts you consistently choose, the beliefs you nurture, the emotions you honor, and the actions you take. You are not stuck. You are simply aligned with a particular frequency. And the moment you begin to shift your energy through your focus, your attention, and your willingness to believe in more, you begin to move toward a new experience of life. This movement doesn't always happen overnight, but it does begin instantly. The shift starts with awareness, the gentle realization that what is not all that can be. So often we become attached to our current reality. Even when it doesn't serve us, it feels familiar. We tell ourselves stories like this is just how life is, or nothing ever changes, or people don't really change. But these are not truths. They are beliefs. And beliefs can be unlearned. They can be rewritten. When you choose to believe that more is possible for you, you create space for it to enter. Your belief becomes the invitation. The universe is constantly presenting you with multiple paths, multiple outcomes, multiple versions of every situation. You may think you're making one choice, but energetically you're always choosing between parallel options. Do you react with fear, or do you respond with trust? Do you stay silent in self-doubt, or do you speak from your heart? Every decision, no matter how small, aligns you with a particular reality. And those small choices build momentum, they create shifts, they open new doors. This is why you must be gentle with yourself. The journey is not about perfection, it's about consciousness. The moment you become aware of your power to choose again, to think differently, to act with intention, you begin to rewrite your reality. You are not meant to suffer through the same cycles forever. You are not meant to relive the past again and again. You are meant to grow. You are meant to expand. You are meant to experience joy, peace, abundance, and love. Not just sometimes, but as your natural state. It's easy to forget that we are the creators of our reality. We get caught up in the noise of the world, in the opinions of others, in the patterns we inherited, but those things are not who we are. They are only layers. layers we can release if we choose. Beneath it all is a powerful being who has the ability to shift timelines, to move mountains with faith, to embody a new version of life through the energy they carry. Your current reality is one version, but not the only version. You are standing at the edge of infinite possibilities right now. In this very moment, a better, brighter, more aligned version of life is already available to you. Not when things finally work out, not when everything is perfect, but now, through the simple act of believing in something greater, of trusting yourself enough to take the first step towards something new. There is no limit to how many times you can begin again. No limit to how many times you can change your mind, shift your direction, or rewrite your story. Every breath you take is a chance to realign with your highest good. Every moment of awareness is a door to a parallel path. You are never far from transformation. It lives inside of you. So when life feels heavy, when the world seems unchangeable, remember this truth. Your current reality is only one option. It is not your destiny. It is not your forever. It is only the echo of who you have been. And the moment you choose to be someone new, the world begins to respond. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And that shift is everything. Shift your focus. Shift your world. It may sound simple, even too simple to be true. But the power of your focus is one of the most underestimated forces in your life. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, your reality begins to take shape. You are not simply observing the world, you are creating it with your focus, moment by moment, thought by thought. When you focus on lack, you feel small, anxious, and powerless. You begin to see obstacles everywhere. Your conversations reflect your fears. Your body tightens, your heart feels heavy. But when you shift your focus to abundance, to gratitude, to what is already working in your life, your entire vibration changes. Suddenly, solutions appear. You feel lighter. You see the beauty around you that was always there, waiting for you to notice it. You do not need to change your circumstances to feel better. You need to change how you see them. You are not required to solve every problem at once. You are simply invited to shift your perspective. A small shift in focus can create a ripple effect so powerful that it eventually transforms everything. Why? Because what you consistently focus on becomes your reality. If you spend your energy replaying every hurtful thing someone said or did, you are anchoring yourself to that pain. But if you gently move your attention to what you've learned from the experience, how it helped you grow, or how you are healing, you begin to rise above it. You begin to loosen its grip. And with time, it fades into the background, no longer defining you. You are not your past, you are not your mistakes, you are not what others have done to you. You are the awareness behind it all. And that awareness holds the power to choose differently, to look at life with new eyes, to redirect your energy in a way that nourishes you rather than drains you. The truth is, most people live on autopilot. They react rather than respond. They focus on what's wrong rather than what's right. They scroll through bad news, relive old wounds, and speak about what they don't want, all the while wondering why nothing is changing. But the moment you take back your focus, you take back your life. You get to choose what kind of energy you carry into each day. You get to choose which thoughts you give your attention to. You get to choose whether you see challenges as problems or as invitations to grow. And every time you choose to focus on peace, love, healing, and joy, you train your mind to see more of it. You shift your inner world, and as a result, your outer world begins to follow. That does not mean you ignore your pain. It means you don't give it the starring role in your life. It means you acknowledge your wounds with compassion and then gently return your attention to your power. It means you choose thoughts that support your healing rather than thoughts that keep you stuck. It means you trust that even in the darkest moments, there is always light to be found if you are willing to see it. You are not at the mercy of life. You are a powerful participant in it. And your focus is your steering wheel. Are you looking at what drains you, or are you focused on what fuels you? Are you noticing what's missing, or are you celebrating what's here? The shift doesn't have to be dramatic. It only has to be consistent. Take a moment to pause right now. What have you been focusing on today? What kind of energy has that brought into your body, your heart, your home? Have your thoughts been helping you or hurting you? There is no judgment here, only awareness. And with awareness comes the ability to choose again. You can shift your focus right now. You can breathe deeply and find something to be grateful for. You can place your hand on your heart and remind yourself that you are safe, that you are enough, that you are doing the best you can. You can imagine a better outcome, a softer path, a kinder world. And you can align with it. Everything begins with focus. It determines how you feel, how you act, what you attract, and how you grow. When you shift your focus, you shift your world. Not because everything outside of you changes instantly, but because you do. And when you change, the world cannot help but reflect that change back to you. So return to your breath. Return to the present. Return to the truth of who you are. You are the one in charge of what you see. You are the one creating your experience with every thought, every word, every heartbeat. And when you choose to focus on light, you become it. When you choose to focus on healing, it begins. When you choose to focus on love, it expands. Your focus is your power. Use it with care. Use it with love. And watch your world transform from the inside out. Feel it before you see it. That is the essence of true creation. Long before your desires materialize in the physical world, they begin in your heart, in your imagination, and in your emotional vibration. Everything that has ever been created began first as a thought, a feeling, a vision held in the unseen. And so it is with your dreams, your healing, your growth. You must feel it within before it shows up around you. We've been taught to believe in what we see, to trust only what is visible and measurable. But the deeper truth is that your inner world is what shapes your outer world. Your emotions are not just responses to your environment. They are the blueprint of your future. When you consistently feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude, and the love that your desired reality would bring, you send out a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready for it. This is not pretending, this is preparing. When you embody the energy of your desire, even when there's no physical proof yet, you are not faking it, you are aligning with it, you are matching the frequency of what you want, and in doing so, you become magnetic to it. Life does not respond to your wishes alone, it responds to your vibration. And your vibration is shaped by what you feel on a regular basis. So many people wait for something to change before they give themselves permission to feel good. They say, I'll feel confident when I lose weight, or I'll be happy when I find love, or I'll relax when everything is perfect. But the universe doesn't work that way. It brings you more of who you're being, not what you're waiting for. If you want love, be the energy of love. If you want peace, become peaceful. If you want abundance, start feeling abundant with what you have now. That shift in feeling creates the shift in reality. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator of them. Every time you return to your inner joy, every time you choose gratitude over frustration, trust over doubt, you are tuning your energy to a higher frequency. You are building a new timeline with every heartbeat. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire. How do you feel waking up in that version of your life? Who are you in that reality? What do you see, smell, touch, and hear? Let yourself go there completely, not with force, but with faith. This is not a fantasy. This is a spiritual practice. The more vividly you can feel the life you want, the closer you bring it into form. You do not have to know how it will happen. That part is not your job. Your job is to hold the vibration, to feel it fully, and to trust that the universe will handle the rest. When you feel it before you see it, you begin to act in alignment with it. You speak differently. You carry yourself differently. You make choices that reflect your worth. And all of that creates momentum. Of course, there will be days when the old story tries to return, when doubt, fear, or discouragement sneak in. That's normal. You're human. But even then, you can return to the feeling. You can gently remind yourself, this is just a passing emotion. It doesn't define me. I still choose to believe in what I'm creating. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. You are more powerful than you've ever been told. You are not here to chase outcomes. You are here to embody energy. When you learn to feel your future as if it's already yours, you collapse time. What seemed far away starts to move toward you. People, opportunities, and ideas begin to show up, not by chance, but by energetic match. This is not about ignoring your present. It's about appreciating it while reaching for more. You can honor where you are and still feel the joy of where you're going. You can breathe deeply in this moment and still dream boldly about the next one. Your emotions are the bridge. Let them carry you across. So feel the love before the relationship arrives. Feel the joy before the achievement comes. Feel the freedom before the circumstances change. This is how you create from the inside out. This is how miracles begin, not in the world you can see, but in the one you believe in. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. And soon you'll find yourself living the very life you once only imagined. Not because you forced it, but because you became it. You felt it, you trusted it, and you aligned with it long before it ever showed up. And now it's here because you made space for it with your heart. Act as if it's already yours. This is not wishful thinking or plain pretend. It is the most powerful way to align your energy with the life you desire. When you act as if your dream is already real, you are telling the universe, I believe, I trust, I'm ready. And that belief begins to mold reality in your favor. Everything in this universe responds to vibration. Your words, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they all carry energy. And when your energy aligns with the outcome you want, you become a magnet for it. It no longer feels far away. It begins to take shape through unexpected pathways, people, and opportunities. But first, you must become the version of yourself who already has it. What would you think if you already had everything you were asking for? How would you speak, walk, breathe, and make decisions? That version of you exists right now, not in the future, but in potential. You access it by choosing to embody that energy today. You don't need to wait for external validation to begin showing up as your higher self. You don't need the money in the bank or the partner by your side to start living with confidence, peace, and joy. You choose those feelings now. That's how you collapse time. This is not about being fake. This is about being faithful. When you act as if it's already yours, you send a signal that you are no longer doubting. You are no longer hoping or wishing or begging. You are knowing. And that knowing changes your posture. It changes your language. It changes your mindset. Instead of asking, will this ever happen for me? You begin to say, of course it's happening. It's already done. When you carry this energy into your day, you stop settling for less. You start protecting your peace. You raise your standards. You walk away from what doesn't serve you. You align with choices that match your vision, not your fears. You become intentional, focused, and present. You stop waiting for life to give you permission, and you start giving it to yourself. This energy is not about being loud or forceful. It is about being rooted in quiet confidence. It's about knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you. It's about trusting divine timing without needing to control the process. And even when things don't look like they're working out, you hold your belief because you know that appearances can be deceiving. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it's not on its way. Acting as if it's already yours also means you nurture yourself the way someone who has already arrived would. You speak to yourself kindly. You treat your body with care. You prioritize your well-being. You surround yourself with energy that uplifts and expands you. You stop participating in drama and start creating space for clarity and growth. These are not small shifts. They are sacred decisions. When you act as if, you also let go of desperation. You stop trying to force the outcome. You don't chase, you attract. You stop asking why it's taking so long and start appreciating the lessons you're learning in the process. You begin to trust that every delay is a divine redirection. You realize that your job is not to worry, it's to prepare. So take action that aligns with your future. Speak words that align with abundance. Make choices that reflect your worth. Even if you don't see results overnight, stay committed. Keep your vibration high, keep your heart open, keep saying yes to the person you are becoming. Every time you act in alignment with your dream, you are voting for it to become real. And if doubt creeps in, don't panic. Just return to the vision. Feel it. See it. Speak it. Remind yourself of how far you've already come. Doubt does not mean you failed. It means you're human. But your faith can be louder than your fear. Your vision can be stronger than your circumstances. Remember, you are not waiting for a miracle. You are becoming one. The version of you who already has the life you want is already inside you, waiting to be expressed. And every time you act as if, you step closer to that version. You claim it. You embody it. You live it. So walk with certainty, move with grace, speak with purpose, love without limits, and trust that the universe is always listening, always responding, always guiding you toward what is yours by divine right. Act as if it's already yours, because in truth it already is. Let go and trust the flow. These words are not just comforting, they are transformative. They invite you to release the grip of fear, doubt, and control, and to surrender to the natural rhythm of life. You were never meant to carry every burden or figure out every detail. You were meant to align with the energy of trust and to allow life to unfold with grace. So often we hold on tightly to things, people, and outcomes. We become attached to how we think things should happen. We create plans and timelines and expectations, and when life doesn't match them, we feel anxious or defeated. But there is a deeper truth. The more we try to force and control, the more resistance we create, and resistance delays the very things we long for. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about giving in to the wisdom of the universe, to the timing of divine order, and to the knowing that everything is working out for your highest good, even when you can't see it yet. It's about softening your heart, loosening your grip, and learning to float instead of fight. When you trust the flow, you move through life with more ease. You understand that not everything requires your interference. Some things are being rearranged behind the scenes. Some blessings take time to bloom. And some answers come only after silence. Your task is not to push. Your task is to trust. Think about a river. It doesn't argue with the rocks in its path. It doesn't try to go backward. It flows forward, gracefully finding its way around obstacles. You are that river. Your power is not in resistance, but in movement. Your strength lies in your ability to surrender and keep flowing even when you don't know what's around the bend. And letting go also means releasing the need to know all the answers. It means making peace with uncertainty. It means finding safety within yourself no matter what's happening outside of you. The more you trust that you are being guided, the more signs you will see. The more you believe that things are unfolding for your benefit, the more miracles you will witness. So many people are burdened by the need to control every outcome. They exhaust themselves trying to predict, prevent, and perfect. But true peace comes when you say, I don't need to control this. I choose to trust. I believe that what's meant for me will never miss me. I believe that the universe has my back. You do not need to chase what belongs to you. You don't have to beg or prove your worth. What is meant for you is already on its way. Your only job is to be in alignment, to nurture your energy, to show up with love, to release what weighs you down, to let go of timelines and pressure, and to believe that everything is unfolding just as it should. There is deep power in surrender. It is not weakness, it is wisdom. When you stop fighting the current, you start flowing with it. When you stop forcing, you allow. And in that space of allowing, your heart opens, your mind clears, your intuition awakens, and suddenly you start to see things you couldn't see before. Letting go also means releasing the past, forgiving what hurt you, releasing what drained you, detaching from what no longer serves your soul. You can't fly if you're carrying everything. You can't move forward if you're stuck in yesterday. Trusting the flow means trusting that better is coming and making space for it. You are being guided even in silence. You are being supported even when you feel alone. And you are being prepared even when nothing makes sense. The delays are not punishments. The detours are not mistakes. Everything is part of the path. When you trust the flow, life becomes softer. The pressure lifts. You stop needing to control every step. You begin to receive with open hands. You allow joy to come in, not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned how to rest in the present moment. Letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part, then releasing the rest. It means planting the seed, then trusting it will grow. It means showing up, then surrendering the outcome. You don't need to hustle your way to peace. You need only to breathe, believe, and allow. You are safe to release control. You are safe to trust. You are safe to surrender the how and focus on the now. Everything you're asking for is already finding its way to you. Your job is not to chase it, but to clear the space within you to receive it. So breathe deeply. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your heart. Let go of the need to know. Let go of the urge to rush. Let go of what no longer feels light. And trust the flow, trust the unfolding, trust yourself. Because in this beautiful dance of surrender, life reveals its magic.